The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history. In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing. The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today, as there is a call being made by the White House to lead a critical call for a game-changing global Bitcoin and crypto rulemaking after FTX occurred. I believe one of the biggest things that needs to happen as far as crypto rulemaking is making sure these exchanges that are stealing consumer funds can't use those stolen consumer funds to donate to politicians for their campaigns. Isn't that right, Maxine Waters?
If there wasn't oversight and regulation of him and his firm because he was such an important donor to your party.
Well, what we understand about the election systems in this country is there are rules to giving donations. And when one follows those rules, then you cannot object to the fact that they give contributions and they follow the law in the way that they give them. But as I understand it, without the investigation having gone on, that there were contributions made to Democrats and Republicans. And certainly those contributions may have been done in an attempt to influence, but of course we have to deal with that as regulators and as members of Congress with the responsibility for oversight. And so we will be a part of what is going on with these hearings and investigations, and we will do everything that we can to expose any violations that were obviously made.
Well, he gave $500,000 to Democratic National Committee, and we just showed a number of your colleagues on the House Financial Services Committee that took donations from him. Should the DNC and your fellow lawmakers return that money?
Well, usually that's up to individuals about whether or not they return.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is gross conflicts of interest. Let's take a look at this for just a second. Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX cronies gave $300,000 to House committee members investigating him. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, do you listen to how she dodges where all these donations go? Saying Democrats and Republicans. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Bankman-Fried donated to mostly Democrats, around 97%. And what all you need to understand is he was donating stolen consumer funds money. That's how these politicians play this game. I wonder what favors he got, what protections he may have because he has these politicians in their pockets. What a gross conflict of interest. The people he's being investigated by were paid by him. What a world we live in, my friends. But let me tell you this right now. If there's one thing I refuse to allow to let continue, it's Gary Gensler being at the helm of the SEC. And the reason this is so important for all of us is because the SEC is the entity, the arm of the US government right now that's trying to come down hard on the crypto industry for crimes they help facilitate. Isn't that crazy? They're trying to pass a bill that the biggest con man in crypto history was helping get passed, accompanied with the endorsement money Sam was paying everyone. Oh guys, what a world. FTX in bed with the SEC in bed with the Democratic Party. Now, does he get away with it? Does he go scot-free? Did the political favors turn out well for him? Who knows? Who cares? But here in the crypto industry, what we need to stand for is ensuring that the SEC, specifically Gary Gensler, go away. Gary's failed at the helm, and he does not deserve to regulate this industry. Now please listen to numerous respectable figures in this space calling out Gary. It's not just the XRP army. The rest of the financial world is calling for Gary to step down.
I hope Gary Gensler loses his fucking job, because his dragging of his feet and saying we're just going to prosecute anybody that I choose to prosecute in retrospect is no way to regulate the world's largest financial market. It's irresponsible. It's not fair on individuals. It's not fair to shut people out. What they did with XRP, suddenly decided in retrospect, we're going to basically shut them out of the US system. There's a bunch of retail investors who are holding it. They're forced out, or they're forced not to be able to trade their tokens. It's inexcusable. You need to create better guidelines for people. And it needs to be reasonable regulation. You need to listen to the industry and not shut them out and claim that you know what you're doing for your own self-interest of your job. So that's my Gary Gensler rant.
Gary Gensler has completely screwed everyone in crypto. Everyone who lost any money in Celsius, Voyager, BlockFi, FTX, you lost it because of Gary Gensler. His lack of creating clarity and regulation in this space is exactly what has led us to all these offshore companies that do not operate in the United States and are not regulated. His willful, lack of, dereliction of duty is what's led everybody to this point. We want regulated exchanges, but we can't get regulation. We can't get clarity. You can't do everything by enforcement. And Gary Gensler is the most negligent person in the entire space. And I blame him more than I even blame SPF.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is so important. Gary Gensler's incompetence and conflicts of interest should disqualify him from being able to regulate this space objectively. Guys, this is something I need to tell all of you. The contagion that we're seeing in the crypto market occurring right now is not finished yet. I've been discussing with all of you the potential scenarios that are going to come next as far as the crypto market is concerned. And we're about to get real in-depth with that specific conversation. But first, I have to remind you from XRP Crypto Wolf. Buying FTX assets and companies would allow Brad Garlinghouse to strategically scale Ripple, which aims to continue its growth even during the bear market. Ripple, acquiring FTX assets is such a power strategic move of strength. While everyone's collapsing, Ripple is here, dominating a lawsuit. 14 amicus briefs in support of Ripple, while the SEC couldn't even get all of their supporters to file on time. They just had one, and that speaks volumes. Now here's what I'm gonna say. Right now, the full-blown effects of FTX are not notable yet. We see extreme lows in the crypto market. Bitcoin sub 16,000, Ether 1100. XRP is showing incredible strength relatively speaking though, hovering at 36 cents. The rest of the crypto market has suffered though. This is what I want to point out to every single one of you. I am extremely bullish on XRP and a few utility cryptos in this moment in time. As I've been stating for years, regulation will be great for some of these specific cryptos. But what I'm saying now with the contagion that's about to spread, there's a very real possibility that crypto's downfall for 99% of cryptos has arrived. This is a tweet from Peter Brandt stating this is the type of news that comes at or near a major market bottom for Bitcoin and Ethereum. These two have been the leaders. I tend to agree. But at the exact same time, we have Grayscale and we have Genesis. Genesis initially said earlier today, if they don't get funding, they will go bankrupt. At the same time, later in the day, they said there's no possibility they'll go bankrupt. I remember what happened to FTX. I'm rooting hard, just like Ryan Selkis is, for Digital Currency Group. I'm rooting for the hundreds of thousands of investors who would be hurt if Genesis Grayscale Digital Currency Group didn't execute a successful restructuring. Every single one of us in the crypto market is on the same boat. Maybe not XRP as much, maybe not Ripple as much, but if they go down, there will be a systemic shift and systemic risk in the crypto market. We're in a place right now where it's either the market bottom right now and we have a savior for the crypto market that prevents a lot of these companies from going away completely, or we crash hard, 50% or more, no questions asked. And that's going to be disgusting. It'll be painful. And we're all going to feel it. Either right now is the market bottom, or we're going to be in for a lot of pain. The thing is, though, there's no way to tell. Blockchain Backer pointed out that the DXY had finally given us a correction after a brutal year of the dollar going parabolic and annihilating crypto and altcoins. We finally get room to breathe. And if this trend continues, there will be a moment where risk on assets such as cryptocurrencies, but this time cryptos that have utility, that these will get some money back into them. Regulation is coming, and that will be bullish for cryptos that are looking to work with the system. From Crypto Insight UK, the total altcoin market cap is printing a bullish divergence. This is a buy signal. And something all of you need to understand is I am still bullish on our high quality alts. Times like this is where you dollar cost average, and if it goes lower, you put more money in. Nobody on the planet can tell you what the exact market bottom will be. All I'm here to do is tell you that I'm grappling with the same complex issues all of you are. I have no idea if the market is coming or if we still have lower to go, but the risk reward right now for utility cryptos is massive. This is the way I'm playing it. I already have my long-term bags packed and ready to go. I have some cash sitting on the side just in case that big crash happens. I'm not buying anything else right now just in case contagion really spreads. But if this happens to be the market bottom and we do go higher, I'll be okay. And I'll still be able to profit handsomely. Sometimes the best thing you can do as an investor is wait. And that's a skill everyone needs to learn. Here are some things that could add a little bit of reassurance and remind all of you why we're here. Michael Arrington stated he heard the most tantalizing rumor about a Bitcoin ETF. And while this is only speculation, if a Bitcoin ETF is in the works, that'll be a monstrous bullish indicator for the entire market. At the exact same time, JP Morgan's not going anywhere. They're doubling down. While Jamie Dimon tells you crypto is a Ponzi scheme, JP Morgan at the exact same time is having crypto wallet trademarks being registered in the United States. Watch what they do, not what they say. The only way that they can manipulate you is if you listen to them. So stop listening and start watching. That's the best advice I've ever given on my channel. And that will make multimillionaires in the future. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with all this being said, this video could go a lot of ways, but I feel compelled to say this. I believe we're approaching a moment where XRP is going to decouple from the rest of the crypto market. This settlement timeline is running out, and the time frame for where an abrupt ending to this case could happen is approaching. Something I do want to say is, I believe even if a lot of things in crypto suffer If this case settles and XRP and Ripple continue to thrive and move forward, I think XRP price action can still come. This is something to take into account. I'm tired of the crypto market being pegged to Bitcoin's price, and I think all of you are as well. Bitcoin miners might not be profitable. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, Digital Currency Group, Genesis are all in trouble. Who knows what other centralized exchanges and players could be corrupted too? Who knows what these corrupt politicians could try and pass as well? I say all that to say, if nothing else, maintain extreme diamond hands with all of your XRP. Now guys, to cap off this video for today, I'm going to leave you with this. Me personally on this channel, I have never been endorsed, sponsored, or have ever taken money for any crypto project, crypto product, or have been an affiliate to any crypto exchanges or company ever. And there's a reason for that. It's because once somebody starts getting paid by a crypto company in any way, shape, or form, whether an exchange, a wallet, or a currency, there's blatant conflicts of interest, and they're not always exposed. I have never taken money for any crypto company, and the reason I bring that up is because I'm going to play you a video of someone who takes money from a crypto company, FTX US, and then after this debacle takes place, wants to walk it back like they're self-righteous for the cause. Ladies and gentlemen, be wary of people that promote things, get paid to promote them, and then you don't even realize that they're not great products. Always raise an eyebrow to these conflicts of interest. And I'm not saying people that do sponsorships are bad. More power to you. But I'm just saying, as a retail investor, to always keep this in mind. Watch the conflicts of interest in real time and protect yourselves. Become a savage, not a sheep. And don't get slaughtered. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
I'm also incredibly mad. I'm mad because some of these teams' decisions have now put individual users at risk. Today's episode is brought to you by FTX US. They're a safe, regulated way to buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. They've got very cheap fees, sometimes as much as 85% cheaper than their competitors. There are teams that have made grave mistakes. They have put the industry and users at risk. And now we are going to have to sift through all of these problems. And now the average user is facing the consequences. This is not acceptable. In fact, I think it's complete bullshit. And I feel compelled to call it out. With no transaction fees and no payment for order flow. All you have to do is go download the FTX app today from the App Store and use code POMP, and you'll get some money back every single time you trade $10 or more. And millions of retail investors that also were duped as well. That doesn't make it right. And it is unclear whether this was due to malice or negligence, but either way, it is wrong. Again, go download the FTX app today, use code POMP, and every time you trade $10 or more, they'll go ahead and they'll give you some crypto back. The more you trade, the more you earn. Download the FTX app today. But enough is enough. Someone has to say that this is bullshit and call it out.
So what
Block 5!
So
Rocket ship, get on board!